We have lots of seats up front, so if you guys are sitting in the back and would like to come sit down, I invite you to come join us up here. And I'd like to welcome John Regan to announce our Partner of the Year.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome, and thanks for coming. Sorry. But in full disclosure, I'm a member, John Regan, I'm a member of the SYRCL board. I'm also a member of the Sierra Fund board. So this is kind of cool because I get to give myself an award in a way. Thank you. You're welcome. Great job. I know. No, it's not. Go on. Thank you. Well, I love you people. I love this crowd. You can read some of the work that the Sierra Fund and SYRCL does in the guide here tonight. What I'd like to do is share two quick anecdotes about the extraordinary person and a great personal friend of mine and a personal hero of mine, Izzy Martin, who is accepting the award on behalf of the Sierra Fund. Many of you know her and know her well and know of her extraordinary work in the community. I met Izzy about a week after I moved to Nevada County. At the time, I'm a political consultant with my spare time, and our candidate announced that she was dropping out, and we were left at, what was it, 5, 6, 7 weeks, 8 weeks before the election? Yeah, she was dropping out. So me and Izzy and Michael Fox and another character named Roger Hicks went down to the Yuba River and cursed and stomped around and threw rocks into the river and said, what the F are we gonna do? We have no candidate. We have no one to run. Well, Izzy had been serving as a planning commissioner, so we look at her and go, oh, how about you? She was like, yeah, I got a job, a farm, 2 young kids, no way, no how, never, ain't gonna happen. So she announced her candidacy about a week later. You know, that's so Izzy, right? She went on to win 42% as a write-in candidate in a 7-week campaign, never done before in state history, and of course went on to win election. So I was a volunteer in that effort, and afterwards Mike Pasner delivered a truckload of composted manure to help my garden, and we joked about how it was the first time that a political consultant had been paid in the same coin as the advice they gave. But Izzy's election, of course, was part of an enormous sweep of the Board of Supervisors that year, right? We got a 4-to-1 environmental liberal majority in Nevada County, and one of the top issues that Izzy talked about was Wild and Scenic River designation for the South Yuba River. And under her leadership, the county sponsored the bill, and I was Izzy's lobbying partner. We went down to Sacramento. You know, at first we thought it was going to be a 2 or 3 month deal, and 10 months later, we pretty much knew everybody in the Capitol. The extraordinary thing is that everybody in the Capitol already knew Izzy Martin, and this is the God's honest truth. This is what would happen. We would go into a legislator's office, and we would walk in, and maybe we were meeting with their chief of staff, and the chief of staff would stand up, Izzy! Or it might be the senator or the assembly member. It might be a state agency person pretty high up. Same reaction, Izzy, oh. Afterwards, I'd be like, Izzy, what the heck? You know all these people. Oh yeah, 20 years ago we did social justice stuff in the Central Valley. Oh, he came into California, he lived on my couch for 3 weeks. Or I slept on his couch for 3 weeks while we were, organizing farm workers, and over and over and over again. And it was this extraordinary thing that I realized that this extraordinary leader and this extraordinary person that I had known for just a few months and was impressed by had been doing that kind of work for decades. And she continues to do it. And it's really an honor and a privilege to know Izzy. And it's an honor and privilege to be part of the Sierra Fund Board of Directors and to see her work with that extraordinary staff and be part of another extraordinary board of directors. So it's a double honor, maybe a triple honor, as a member of the SYRCL Board of Directors, as a member of the Sierra Fund Board of Directors, and as a friend and compatriot of Izzy's. I'd like to bring her on up here to accept SYRCL's Partner of the Year Award. Which one is it? Is it the rock?
So now we have to catch up the next 17 years of what I've been doing. No, I am beyond honored to be recognized this way. And I think I'm partly being recognized for the story that John just told, but I think what I'm really being recognized tonight for is this concept of partnership, and particularly coalition work, partnership work in the world of politics, in the world of water politics, which is a very friendly, warm, loving environment. And as I have read before, community isn't what is important just when you agree with each other. Community is about what happens when you fundamentally disagree. How do you manage these sorts of resource conflicts that we've moved here to be part of and are affected by, whether it's forests or rivers, or the legacy of mining that the Sierra Fund has been working on so hard for 10 years. But to me, the really most important thing I'm being honored for tonight is for being a leader of an extraordinary organization. John, of course, I have to kiss up to him because he is my boss. How ironic. I have another boss out there. Gary Parsons is also on the board of directors of the Sierra Fund. And
Gary, we got to give her that raise now.
no, they already did that. Yeah, the $200,000 award did sort of help attract some love from the board. But I want to talk about mostly the amazing partners I work with now, and I'm now going to make the Sierra Fund staff all come up here with me right now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Here they come. Woo! Yep. The Sierra Fund has got 9 total staff people, including me. One of them, Dr. Monahan, is unfortunately at a lecture in Chico State tonight. She's an adjunct professor there, so she can't be with us. And almost everybody else is here tonight. We've got Alex Keeble-Toll. She's a graduate student who just got finished her orals last Friday and does development for us. Yay! And we've got Kelsey Westfall, our Outreach AmeriCorps service member partner, who is just amazing and brave the way she'll table anywhere, as will Amber Texiera, the Outreach and Events Coordinator. These 2 women have brought the Sierra Fund message all throughout the Northern Sierra, talking about the fish consumption and the post-it day stuff that's over there you heard about earlier. This is Alec Arditi, who is a AmeriCorps Service Member Partner Science Fellow with us this year. Over here we've got the amazing, indomitable Carrie Morse. She is our program director, and it's going to take 3 to 5 people to replace her. She's moving back to Montana next month, unless we can get the handcuffs properly affixed. She's been working with us for 8 years, and over here is Jenny Michael. She's our office manager, and between us, we work together in partnership. I truly believe that human beings are wired to work with each other. That is what we are supposed to be trying to do with each other, and some of us are really good at partnership, and other people, it takes a little more work. These folks are all great at it. SYRCL is great at it. And because of that ability to work together, to both have big ideals, but focus on actual work in front of us, inch by inch, row by row, as my father of my children, he's out there somewhere, farmer, nothing happens overnight. Everything happens over a long period of time. If we're going to continue to protect our river, we're going to have to set up an enduring legacy that is here today, tomorrow, and 100 years from now, because it will always be that the rivers of California are valuable beyond measure in many ways, and we have to make it clear how it's valuable to us. So just thank you so much, SYRCL. There's nothing quite like being recognized by your own community as a partner and as a leader. And this is really about a we. This is the we of the Sierra Fund saying thank you to you.
And we should note as part of the formal presentation, the title of this work is A Rock and a Hard Place, which pretty descriptive of your
Very
work
familiar.
and your life.
Very familiar with that situation.
We get a picture taken?
Okay, move over here. Everybody gets to be in it. Be in front. Okay, I'm owning it.
Get in, everybody.
All right. We're putting chocolate on that rock.
You can kind of see Alec. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Probably one more for you.
Okay. This one we have to look super serious. Work to do.
1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Thanks. Totally out. All right. New office.
Yeah.
Still encourage people to come sit.
Folks in the back, you can bring drinks and pastries up to the front. People up here are hungry. Please fill in. And if it wasn't clear enough, I just would want to say, there's that old saying that success has 1,000 parents and defeat is an orphan. And there were 10,000 parents of the Wild and Scenic victory. If there was a parent who was at the top of that heap, it really was Izzy Martin. That victory had more to do with what she was able to accomplish in the Capitol. And in the middle of the fight, toward the end, just to say, one of the most experienced lobbyists who gave his time to us pro bono with decades of experience in politics at every level in the state, and who was then, at the time, the lobbyist for the Metropolitan Water District, and helping us out. A guy who was as experienced and knew the Capitol as well as anybody looked at us and said, I can't tell you what a relief it is and how different it is to be working with people who actually know what they are talking about. And that was Izzy Martin. I mean, not just knowing people, but knowing what she was talking about. And thanks, Iz. That was something. It was the best thing I ever did in my life.